Hey Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your quarterly reading for October, November, and December. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, what is going on for you over the next 3 months? It does look like you've been observing a situation from a distance. For some of you, I almost feel like you've been a fly on the wall, right? You may have been aware of what's going on around you, perhaps not actively participating, or you just feel like you've been staying out of drama or staying out of the spotlight in some way, shape, or form with the observer card. But I do get here, you could be researching or just keeping to yourself for the time being while you are deep diving into a situation that could change your life is what I'm picking up on here. Now, bottom of the deck, you have blessed. This is a beautiful energy to have at the bottom of the deck because you may see miracles pop up many times throughout the next 3 months, many different blessings. For some of you, what this is that you are observing could be shifts and changes within your life, but I'm also getting within the lives of others. So you could be a therapist, a coach, a mentor, someone who works with the public in some way, shape, or form. You may be of service. Capricorn, I feel like you're observing or witnessing miracles in some sense. I also see that a lot of you are seeing the unjust. There's injustice happening, and you may know, right? You may be able to see through BS or see through people's facades. I feel like you may have that gift. Now, in the month of October, I do feel like you are keeping to yourself in some way, shape, or form here. And you're just kind of watching. Some of you may be patiently waiting to see if something is going to shift here. Or again, you may be keeping to yourself while you plan undercover in a way. Let's take a look and see what is going on for you in the month of October. What do we have in the month of October, please, for Capricorn? We have the Seven of Wands showing up. Seven of Wands is showing up here in reverse. So some of you may have felt like you were on the defense, right? You may have felt shut down a little bit. You may have let your guard down only to be disappointed in some way, shape, or form. And that's why right now you're kind of just viewing things and seeing how they unfold instead of opening that gate up all the way, right? It's like you are looking through the camera. Let's say you are in a home, right? And instead of going out to greet the person that is entering into the driveway, you're watching on the cameras to see who's entering, because before it was wide open. You went out there and you may have been ambushed in some way. Maybe you had a family member come that you haven't seen for quite some time. So that's just the example. But for some of you, I do feel like you're being more logical, more smart. You may feel a little bit more guarded or protected in some way, shape, or form, just because you don't want what's happened to you in the past to happen again. And when the Seven of Wands shows up in reverse, some of you may have been very closed off, or there may have even been some sort of accusations in some way, shape, or form. I get that there's been pressure. There's been pressure. Some of you are dealing with a person who may have been quite stubborn, quite closed off, and may have even had the tendency to fight or flight. But I do feel like there's a shift or a choice being made or observed in the month of October that will eventually lead to a decision. And that's why we see the Two of Swords. Okay, right now there may not be enough information. There may not be enough information. You could even be dealing with a legal situation where someone is acquiring documentation. Maybe someone is going in for a new job offer and they're doing a background check, or they're going through the interview or application process. So you may be, again, an active participant, but I still feel like you're watching from a distance in some way, shape, or form to see how it's going to unfold. And some of you, you may be the one making a decision here in the near future, or someone could be making a decision or even a judgment on you. I am getting judgment energy here now, but I feel like the judgment that is coming in, that is why the observer is here, because it's like, not, don't judge a book by the cover, so to speak, because you got to get the details. You got to actually read something or participate in it, but someone may not be at that point yet where they're actively engaging 100%. Someone's participating, but I'm just not sure there's 100% engagement. Now we do have here the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is showing up in reverse, which I feel like this is someone you could be dealing with that had caused you to feel a little bit on the defense, or it could be you may have shut down your emotions. This can be that block that goes up here. So Queen of Cups in reverse can be someone who is focusing on filling her own cup, because at times she can be a people pleaser, or her emotions get the best of her, and she could have even taken something very personally, right? Very personally that hurt her. It could have even been a comment or a word in a conversation, or something someone said or didn't say, for that matter. I feel like this Queen of Cups is a little bit hurt or upset, and that's why she's at this, observer type of energy, watching now how things unfold. But I see towards potentially the end of the month, you're moving on or cutting ties with a situation that may have hurt you, or perhaps the other person doesn't want to invest, right? Maybe there's been two people that have been looking at each other from that camera, but not willing to meet up in some way, shape, or form. Eight of Cups is about cutting ties and moving on to something more fulfilling. I'm also seeing here, some of you could be looking for a new place to live. You may be beefing up your security in some way, shape, or form. This could be cutting ties in a relationship or a partnership or even a career, because it's just not fulfilling. Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like she needs to focus on her cup first instead of attending to everyone else's needs. And we see Dorothy here on the Eight of Cups wishing upon that star. She's still in Kansas. Things are very black and white, but she's dreaming of, what's over the rainbow. She's dreaming of color and something different. She may not be sure what it is, but she's going to go in search of it. And I feel like that's what's happening for you. And that could even be why you are holding up this, this telescope, because you are curious and you are chasing, or you're ready to discover or chase some of those curiosities, right? Some of you could even be taking classes on astrology or tarot, maybe even the moon, the stars. I feel like you could be learning more this month about yourself. Some of you may even be diving into your ancestry, your bloodline. There could be memories that pop up for you that you haven't thought about for 20 years, Capricorn. So I feel like October is going to be a significant month for you to really open your heart up to what fulfills you, okay? Or at least take a step in that direction, and maybe let your guard down in a different area a bit. Let's see what the overall outcome is for October 2024 for Capricorn, please. I am getting a little bit of Virgo energy here. And as I say Virgo, we have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth. So some of you could be dealing with an Earth sign, or perhaps, we're in Virgo season now, maybe as these readings come out. So perhaps Virgo season, this is already taking place for you, or taking shape as we roll into October. But your overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles upright. This is beautiful. So a lot of you may be leaving behind an emotional situation and focusing on your finances, your career, your success. I do see here that you are someone who is very hardworking. And I say that in a lot of your readings, Capricorn. Every Capricorn that I've ever met has been a hard worker, someone who's very passionate about what they do. And this Queen of Pentacles has worked hard for her material wealth. She's very resourceful. She can be frugal at times, and she's business savvy. She's stable. She's secure with who she is. So I feel like you are focusing this month on your stability and where you need to build connections or even strengthen connections to help you in some ways. I also see someone pivotal on your journey. This could be a mentor, a coach, a healer, a sister, a best friend, a mother. There's someone here that could be very beneficial that you're connecting with to help you on your path towards success or stability. Now, I feel like this is someone in the physical realm, or they were at one point in the physical realm. They may have crossed over, but I am getting you are protected and you are being guided. So pay attention to the signs is a message here as well with the observer card. Observe the signs around you. For those of you that are feeling a little bit distraught, or you are feeling a little bit confused, or if things feel a little bit foggy, pay attention to the signs. There's definitely a lot of signs showing up for you because you may not have enough factual information on a situation that may be causing confusion, or you could be waiting. I'm getting numbers, something about numbers. Perhaps you're waiting to hear back from a business around numbers in some way. Maybe you're going to a bank, okay? Or yeah, I just feel like maybe someone needs to hit some sort of quota or numbers here. But I do see in the month of November, jumping into November, we have mending. The mending card is beautiful because it feels to me like whatever has been difficult or challenging financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, some of you, this could be health. For others of you, it just feels like there has been a little bit of a rift, like I said, not actively engaging. But I feel like this month it's almost as if you hit that 95% engagement mark where you are coming out of something with a lot more clarity and you are opening up or you're healing. Some of you, this could be 95% recovery, or, there's just this feeling of bringing something together. It's also card 52. Now, some of you may be 49 years old, 52, born on the 22nd or 23rd, but 52 breaks down to 7. 7 is a very spiritual number. It is a number of inner awareness, wisdom, insight, and reflection. So I do feel like you've been reflecting, Capricorn, on your life, on your journey, the steps that perhaps you are willing to take moving forward, and steps that just are not worth putting your time and energy towards. But let's take a look here and see what the energy of November holds for you, Capricorn. What do we have? All right. Ooh, there's the Judgment. Yeah, there's the Judgment coming in here. So it's in the upright, which is good because some of you may have felt judged in the past, or remember what I said about not actually reading the book, but just looking at the cover of a situation, or not fully knowing everything. This is the month where you actually dig in and you're getting the plot here, or you're getting to the root. And so any preconceived notions or judgments that you had, look at that. We had the Moon that just flipped out with a whole lot of other cards, but we'll take them. So the two that I see showing up right away are the, let's see, Four of Cups and Judgment. So Four of Cups is a massive turning point. It really is when it comes to emotions, because a lot of you may have been focused on some past situations, because a lot has been going on for you guys. I've been reading for you for, a few years, and I feel like the last 2 years have been very challenging, or you've come against roadblock after roadblock. There's been some stressors, right? But the Judgment here is huge. Because when the Judgment comes up, this is Alice coming face to face with that dragon, that Jabberwocky. And instead of fight or flight, instead of hiding, or, whatever it is that we tend to do at times when we are face to face with some sort of reckoning, right? Or redemption time, I feel like you are facing a fear. This is about facing something. You are finally coming to terms. There's some sort of acceptance here. And I feel like it's causing you to release, which is beautiful because that is going to be the turning point that really brings things together here. Now, this is spiritual rebirth. It is life's purpose. It's redemption and self-awareness. It's a second chance here. For those of you that have gone through the trials and tribulations, which I feel like you have, this is the passage, right? No going back from here. And a lot of you are really letting go of something huge of the past that may have blocked you in some way, shape, or form. This could have even been some karmic challenges that have played out as blockages. It could be a karmic relationship here because this can be a soulmate energy. Something that really hurt you, disappointed you. Some of you may have even felt stagnant in your emotions, frustrated, bored, impatient, even stubborn because things kept playing out the same way, the same thing day in and day out, a repetitive, never-ending cycle, right? Stepping onto that revolving door and you just can't seem to step off. You just keep going in circles and it's caused you to get dizzy way too many times here. And I feel like that is what's coming to an end. It's time that you're stepping off of that revolving door. And let's see what this judgment looks like. So we have the moon showing up in reverse. There's some clarity right there. The moon in reverse is truths exposed, facing those fears. It's trusting your intuition because there was something hidden from view, right? There may have been some shadows, some secrets, or even some subconscious blockages or beliefs that may have been causing illusions or causing fear to delay your gratification, delay your success, delay love, delay happiness. I just feel like there's been a lot of delays and it started to really get to you, right? It started to really get to you in some way, shape, or form. But here it is. Oh my goodness. Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. So you have another card of releasing of, maybe past karma. This is a turning point in your life. It is luck. It's destiny. It's fate. It's a renewal. Now, time and time again, you may have found yourself in the same position or the same situation or month after month, day after day, week after week, whatever it's been. This is the month where there's a full-on turnaround. When you have the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune, this is huge. This is divine intervention. You are jumping a massive timeline here, and I feel like this is big. Oh, wow. Look at you. Also have here the Nine of Cups in the upright. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's emotional fulfillment. So it feels like finally you've been sitting in that Four of Cups energy of just feeling bored, impatient, stuck, stagnant. You feel like you've been replaying out maybe a past pain over and over again, or you just feel like you haven't been able to quite be an active participant. This is going from that 95% to the last 5, right? 100% all in. And it's exciting. So if this is love, you may finally feel disconnected from a situation that's hurt you so you can open up to love. And it may show up on a dime for you. It may show up quite quickly because you are not, you're not participating in drama. I see that here in October. It may feel like you've learned some very valuable lessons. It may have even felt like drama has followed you around at times, but I feel like you've done the work. There's something about self-development, self-healing. Some of you may have been dealing with inconsistency, people who were inconsistent, people who would say one thing and do another with the Knight of Swords energy here. Now, Knight of Swords in reverse can also be someone who makes rash decisions. They don't know how to communicate. They're very in and out. They can cut with their words as well, or they use their words to manipulate. And I just feel like you're moving away from that energy here. Yeah, and because it's caused you to lose out on maybe finances. Some of you, this could be someone that you worked with, or it could be someone that, you were in a relationship with, and maybe they did come through because you have the Four of Pentacles here in reverse. I feel like they may have withheld from you, or they may have, oh gosh, I feel like someone may have, I'm getting stolen. Now that's pretty intense. I don't know if someone's stolen your work, your identity, your, your praise. It almost feels like you did the work, but maybe someone else got the praise, or maybe this person was very impulsive and it caused some sort of ruffle at work. There's just something here about finances or maybe family drama that caused a little bit of instability, because we have here with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Wicked Witch's possessions here. And I feel like some of you, it's almost as if your possessions, you had to hold on to the little that you had. And I feel like there's a rebalancing happening here, because your final outcome is the, let's see, the Six of Pentacles. We have here the Eight of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles. And we have the Devil. So some of you, you're going to find a job, or you could be training. There could be additional training here. You're releasing bondages to the past, whatever that past was that was a little bit difficult for you. There's something you're releasing. It could even be a block mentally that you had that may have been causing delays financially or within your success, because all these pentacles here, and I see you showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here. So for some of you, there could be money coming in or resources coming in for you in the month of November. This is also about recognizing the devil, recognizing where that devil is in your life and what you need to do, right? Because this is about you making some choices here as well. What you need to do to release that energy. Okay, maybe this is, manipulation, which I did see that. Some of you are saying, I'm not going to be manipulated by you, right? I'm not bonded to you. I'm not going to obsess about this. Not with this Judgment Day coming up here. You're letting all of this go. So this is a little bit of the backstory of what this judgment is bringing in here. But I also feel like there's a new path, new skills, new training here. There's reciprocity with this Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about unexpected resources, as we said. So there could be some sort of exchange coming in or help. This could be a gift, a donation, a grant, a scholarship. It could be a bonus. It could be a helping hand. I do get resources that may help you really increase your finances or your material wealth in some way, shape, or form. So, wow. This is big. It's something you've been waiting for. You've been trying to manifest. I'm getting for years. If this is a love situation, I feel like you now have clarity of what you need to do, and the wheel is spinning forward, and you're detaching from possibly a very challenging or difficult karmic relationship or cycle that may have been very toxic here, very unhealthy, one-sided even. And it may mean that some of you move, some of you relocate, some of you divvy up assets, or some of you may just be taking, what you have and leaving in some way, shape, or form. Now, what I really love about your reading, this is all really great, even though I still see that there's going to be, some ups and downs, but nothing like you've gone through in the past. But what I love here is in the month of December, look what you have. You have the Peace card, Capricorn, and wouldn't that be nice? It will be nice because it's showing up in the month of December, and it also has card or number 23 on it. So December 23rd could be a big one for you as well. Whenever I see the eggs to me are always new beginnings. It can be, cracking something open here. It may be the seed of conception, something new being planted, and I feel like I'm definitely getting ace energy, full energy, but I feel like this is also part of the blessings that we're going to see here. And right below it, oh, wow, look at that. Blessings, we have the exchanging gifts card. And if you celebrate the holiday season in December, I feel like there could be a gift that comes up, but it's more than just, a present. This is something that really changes your world in a big way. So let's take a look at the energy of December, please, for Capricorn. What do we have for December? What's bringing Capricorn peace? Let's bring in Capricorn peace here. Now we have, okay, we have the, oh, I like that. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, that was from the last pile here. You're getting honest with yourself. You're getting honest with yourself. And I do feel like some of you are in self-preservation mode. You may have done what you did or needed to go through some situations to survive in a way, but I feel like you're really on a path here of truth, of honesty, and that means connecting with other people who are loyal to you in return. And there's the World. So there's your new beginning here. So what do we have here? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the card of success, right? Independent success. It can be creating a life that you love. And don't you love how we go from the 6 to the 8 to the 9? So there is ascension here, and there's a heck of a lot of pentacles, Capricorn. So definitely when it comes to your material world, your resources, the things that you utilize here on the earthly realm, I feel like you're activating abundance, okay? Activating abundance that may have felt like it was put on hold for years. Now, Nine of Pentacles here is self-sufficiency, independence, hard work paying off. You've achieved a goal here and you're feeling confident. You're feeling proud of yourself because you may not have to rely on others, or perhaps you finally have others that you're able to rely on, that you are calling into your world with the Peace card. You're just at a state of life is good here. I'm just enjoying where I'm at. Now, sometimes December can be a really chaotic month. It can be hustle and bustle of the holidays and, community events, family events. It can be winding up the year, right? Winding up 2024. Some of you may have quotas or, again, numbers to reach. You may be needing to get certified before the year's end, or you really want to start fresh. So it's like a clean sweep for you. And I see that coming in because what do you have? You have the World, and the World is the end, right? So the end of the year. I mean, this is a big confirmation that you have graduated. This could be a graduation even. Some of you could be getting married. This is a new beginning, a feeling of being whole, right? It could be global energy here, international. It could be travel. A lot of you are traveling in the month of December. I feel like there will be safe travels, as I did get protection earlier, but it's saying that the gratification is here after a long journey, because the World is the last card in the major arcana. For some of you, it's been a year. For some of you, 10 years, right? I feel like this has been a very long journey, a major journey at that. And this is also your energy here, Capricorn, the World, but you've completed this cycle. And I feel like you are that much more enlightened. You have victory and you have the World at your fingertips here. So the World is your oyster. You can do anything. And I feel like it is bringing you a sense of calm. It's bringing you a sense of peace. And some of you may even be indulging or enjoying the fruits of your labor. You could be taking some time off of work, or you may be retiring. Some of you could certainly be retiring, or you're traveling, or you may be able to take your job international or global for some of you, or you're able to work while you travel here. You have the Seven of Swords and the Magician. I feel like if you've been dealing with shady people, because the Magician and the Seven of Swords, this can be manipulation, right? Through words. It can be empty promises. I feel like it's almost like snap, I'm out of it, or snap of a fingers, just like a magician, right? This energy is out of your life. Okay. It feels like you've been dealing with this. Some of you, it feels like the same type of people that have been inconsistent, that may have fed you empty promises. I feel like that's what's exiting. And that's why it's showing up at all in the month of December, because this had been causing you a lot of anxiety. It had caused you the opposite of peace, right? a lot of disarray and discontentment and just feeling of let down in some way, shape, or form. And for some of you, you were right on the edge of, okay, perseverance, needing to do what one needed to do. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can be illusion or dishonesty that stems from a desired outcome. And it keeps bringing me back. I keep getting brought back to that Knight of Swords in reverse. So some of you, it was like you kept filtering through people in some way, shape, or form, or it was the same person that kept kind of keeping you going round and round. But I do see here letting this go and taking this magician into your own hands and saying, wait a second. Yes, I've gone through that, but I remember my magic. I remember that I have the skills and the talents, that I have the abilities. You're telling yourself that you are a strong communicator. You are a strong leader. You're energetic. Some of you, you could be single, okay? You could be single or, because the magician and the Nine of Pentacles can be singled energy. But I feel like with the world at your fingertips here, if you're looking for love, I do see here that 2025 could be a big year for you for love. But I feel like your focus is on your financial success here, okay? And healing. You've done a lot of healing. I feel like we're always healing, aren't we? But this is a really good energy. And you're going to see how very blessed you are. And you are going to receive a plentiful cornucopia here of gifts in some way, shape, or form. It may not be wrapped in a pretty, pink bow, but I feel like the gifts showing up are better than any gift, right? Any presents that's wrapped. So definitely, and that's your birth month as well. So Capricorn, you are showing up for yourself in some way, shape, or form. And they're just saying here, split the deck. Yeah, okay. You've come to this pivot point. You have the fork in the road. So you've come to this pivot point where going in the direction that you were going is no longer going to work for you. It's no longer a part of your destiny with that Wheel of Fortune. So that's why you're at this juncture, and I feel like you're taking a completely different turn. And this turn is going to bring a lot more peace, a lot more happiness, a lot more financial abundance as well, if that's something you're seeking, material wealth. Now let's take a look and get some messages from inspirational leaders that may not be with us anymore. We'll take a look at your messages from guides, angels, loved ones. What do we have here for Capricorn? All right, we have good old Dr. Seuss. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Dr. Seuss also reminds us to not take life so seriously, right? And that you are authentically you. You are perfectly imperfect here, Capricorn. So I am getting here, remember who you are, right? Remember that you are a divine spark that branched off to have an individual human experience, and you're never disconnected. As much as sometimes we feel like we are, you're never disconnected from source. Next, you have a message from your guides, from your loved ones in spirit, your angels. It says, you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. This is specific for a lot of you perfectionists out there, right? You don't have to be perfect to be amazing. And you may feel at times like everything has to be perfect, or you have to wait for the perfect situation, circumstance, or environment before you can take a leap of faith. Well, you're at that crossroads here in the next 3 months where I do see that judgment coming in, and that is going to be that crossroads peak that says, all right, you've been on this journey for a long time. It's time to pivot. It's time to jump into a new timeline here, and that's what your guides want you to know. Next, we have Mother Teresa. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Oh, I love that. I got goosebumps on that one. So yeah, I feel like you are making ripples. You are making a dent, and it's with you and everyone else, right? So don't feel like your work is insignificant, or don't admonish your own self, because you are the change, right? You are the change. And we're seeing it. You know, people are seeing it here, even though at times it may feel insignificant or it may feel small. You've definitely cast some stones and created some ripples here. Next, we have Mark Twain. This is one of my favorites by Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did. This is about not having regrets, right? You don't want to look back in 20 years and say, I wish I would have taken that trip, or I wish I would have divorced then. I wish I would have retired or made the move, or, you know, traveled solo, or written that book, or went back to school. Whatever it is that you want to do, Capricorn, do it. Because life doesn't pause for anyone. And time's going to go by anyway. So you might as well do the things that you want to do now. And last but not least, we have Walt Whitman. Keep your face always towards the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. We're always going to have that moon. We're always going to have the sun, right? And we oscillate between the sun and the moon. We see that throughout our days, right? We see the sun coming up in the morning, and we see the full moon and the new moon and the phases in between at night. So we are always going to oscillate. But the way that you view the world, can you view things with a sunny disposition in a sense? Can you create that abundant mindset that life is happening for you, right? Life is happening for you, not to you, not because you're a victim, not because you deserved it, not because you're, you know, a bad person, anything of that nature. I feel like I believe that the opportunities that present to us are here for our growth, regardless of how challenging or how beautiful they are, right? And we can always find beauty through the challenge. There's always some sort of silver lining if we face the sun, right? If, there's the key, if we face the sun, the choice is yours. As I always say, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. We don't have to suffer, but we will endure pain from time to time. And I feel like you are facing the sunshine, and we see a lot more of that sunshine coming in for you in the next 3 months, and 2025 may finally be the year that you've really been working for. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for being here and tuning in. If this resonates for you, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. It certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I so appreciate. Then we can reach more people across the globe. Please hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all the things if you feel compelled. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love.